Hello everyone! I am taking a break from my normal channel to talk about something serious. I recently received approval from a removal of conditions 5 months after applying without interview, without request for further evidence, and without having hired an attorney. I am not attorney nor do work with the USCIS in any capacity. I am merely relaying to you my personal experience with the 10-year green card process. I cannot explain to you what happened behind the scenes or posit any hypothesis as to why my application was approved as rapidly as it was. It is my hope that sharing my efforts with you will leave you better prepared for your own journey. Since my individual case represents the smallest of sample sizes, I strongly encourage you to gather as much information as possible from as many sources as is practical and form your own plan of action. I sincerely wish you the best of fortunes in your endeavor to have the conditions removed from your own green card. Give you the timeline. I sent my application for removal of conditions through UPS on February 24 of 2020 and got a text message from USCIS on March 3rd. By March 4, they already cashed out my check payment. March 6, I received the actual extension letter in the mail. On May 7, I have this app, the case tracker app. You can actually check the USCIS website as well, but I have this notifier. I have this notifier for USCIS case, and on May 7, it shows that case was updated to show fingerprints were taken. So I guess they used my biometrics from my previous green card because I did not show up for biometrics this time. On July 29, I got another updates from that case tracker app. It says new card is being produced, and July 30, case was approved. No RFE, no interview. To give you a little background, I came in the United States through K-1 visa on May 2017, got married to my husband, a US citizen, on June 26, and applied for my permanent residence or the adjustment of status on July 31st. And I did everything in here by myself. So I remember with the K-1 visa, my husband hired an attorney to do the initial documents, but the rest I did it by myself. During my interview back 2017, I actually brought this and this to my interview. Everything about our relationships, pictures of travels, chats are here. I also have this one. It's like a story how we met, then the itinerary, the hotel reservation, first met with my family, everything. Maybe there you go, even the plane tickets, our copy of passport, the stamps when we went to Hong Kong. There. So during my interview, I remember the lady who interviewed me was amazed on how I organized my documents. So when I applied for the adjustment of status, I feel more comfortable to do it by myself. And luckily, I filed it July 31st together with the AP and the EAD. AP is the travel documents, EAD is the employment authorization documents. I got them November. So after June, July, August, September, October, November, after 4 months, I got my EAD and AP, or what they call the combo card. Then had my interview on February of 2018 and received my actual green card on March 6 of 2018. So, your permanent resident status is conditional if it is based on the marriage that was less than 2 years on the day you were given the permanent residence. So, you and your spouse must apply together to remove the condition of residence through the form I-751. You should apply during 90 days before the expiration of your conditional green card. And always check the USCIS website for any updates with regards on the form or the application fee or any additional requirements. So as per USCIS website, you can still use the 12/02/19 edition despite of the expiration date. So we have here the cover letter, though it's not actually mandatory when you submit the USCIS form I-751, but it helps to introduce and clarify the purpose of the petition, and it provides a list of which documents are within to support the petition. So my husband signed the cover letter and addressed to USCIS Louisville. If you check the USCIS website, it actually tells you to where you file your application. So in my case, since I'm in from Texas, I have an option to send it to PO Box through USPS, or if it's through FedEx, UPS, and DHL, I can send it to USCIS, attention, I-751, 2501 South State Highway 121 Business, Suite 400, Louisville, Texas, 75067. So put the date, February 22, 2020. Subject, I-751, joint petition to remove conditions of residence for my name, spouse, and the A number. The A number actually could be found at the 2-year green card. To whom it may concern, please see enclosed joint petition for removal of condition of permanent residence status for my wife, my name. Then, my wife entered US on K1 visa on May 3rd, 2017, and she received her conditional permanent resident card on March 6, 2018. I am closing the following documents to verify the status of our marriage and ongoing relationship. So the application fee of $680. If you check the USCIS website, the application fee actually is $595 plus $85 for biometric service fee. So what I did with my check is I photocopied the check, then the check is payable to U.S. Department of Homeland Security, $680, and for ROC application and biometrics. You could actually pay through personal check or credit card, money order, or cashier's check. But in this case, we prefer to use our personal checks because it shows both of our names and our address. So this is how I file the check. I tape the Ziploc bag so I can put the check inside the bag. At least it's safer, and it won't be lost because you will fasten it with all the documents you have. Next is duly completed Form G1145, or the notification of application petition of acceptance. This one is actually if you want to receive a text message from USCIS once they receive your application. This is actually also good. Next is Duly completed and signed form I-751 petition to remove condition on residence. And this is the form. Don't forget to sign your application form. Always, always, or double check all the details you entered in this form. Because at first, they will actually base on the form you submitted and the check you submitted. Next is copy of my wife's permanent resident card, front and back. Yes. Next is copy of my wife's passport, biographic page, and page with the stamps only. So I have this one. Everything that has stamps, I also provided. And also the K1 visa. I also made a copy of it here. Then, copy of US passport showing proof of citizenship. So I made a copy of my husband's passport. This is it. Evidence of bona fide relationship. So I have this. First things first is a copy of marriage certificate. If you have a certified true copy, much better. So I have this. I submitted a copy because I have extra one. Then copy of report of marriage from the Philippine Statistics Office. During the process of my adjustment of status, I actually reported our marriage to the Philippine, Philippine Statistics Office. So I got this actual paper from the Philippines when I went 2018 because I applied it 2017. Next is copy for driver's license showing proof of same address. So I also provided the copy of driver's licenses from our old driver's licenses because it shows our old address, and copy of the new driver's licenses from the new address. Next is copy of our SSN cards showing proof of same address. And yes, with the SSN card, the old one is addressed to our old residence. Then I also provided the new SSN that shows our new address. Next, copy of my wife's W-2 for 2019 showing proof of same address. So I provided my W-2 that I got from my employer. Next, copy of our joint income tax returns for 2018 and 2017. The reason why I provided the 2019 W-2 because during this time, we haven't filed yet our tax return, the 2019. I was kind of worried that I might get a RFE because of this, since we filed my application in February, where you can actually able to file during that time your income tax return for 2019. But I submitted of what I have, which is 2018 and 2017. Next, copies of 3-month statements of our joint bank accounts for 2017 to 2020. The reason why I submitted at least 3 statements per each year is to prove that we are still together from the time we got married to the time that I submitted my documents. Copy of our joint credit cards. I didn't submit the actual credit card bills, but I submitted at least a copy of the cards itself. So I made a copy of the cards that I'm in my husband's accounts. The Chase card, the American Express Platinum, and the Barclay card. I don't have any utilities under my name. So as much as documents that I can send to prove our relationship, I sent I submitted it. Copies of joint auto insurance from 2018 to 2020. So with my 2018 auto insurance, it actually shows my old address. Then with the 2020 is our recent address, and which is good. Next is the copy of motor vehicle sales contract showing both of our names with same address. So last year we bought a new car, and the paper of the car is under my name and my husband's name, so I submitted that as well. Copy of deed and mortgage for joint real property showing same address. Yes, I submitted copy of the deed and mortgage. In this case, actually, with the house, with the real property documents, it shows my nickname, not my legal name. So I was kind of worried if they might question me about that, but luckily did not, because with my application form anyway, I put other names used. So my legal name, my legal name, then other names used is my nickname. Next, copy of wife's gym membership showing proof of same address. Since we just moved here from our old address, I submitted a copy of the gym membership that shows my current address, my husband as my emergency contact, and the credit card that I use is also in that gym membership. Copy of address change request confirmation from USCIS and USPS. When we moved here, I actually filed at the USCIS website for the change address and did not receive the confirmation, or normally they said you will receive a letter before your 2-year green card expires to warn you, hey, you can file your removal of conditions. I did not receive that. Actually, I filed, as I said earlier, I filed on February 25th. I submitted it to UPS on February 24, and I was lucky that I received my extension card on the day that my 2-year green card expires. Kind of stressful, because what if? There's always what if. They send it back to me because of lack of documents, or if I did something wrong with my application form. I did not give enough time to resend it. Next is copy of SeaWorld and Aquatica San Antonio annual pass. So 2017, we have that annual pass. I attached that also and submitted. Copy of our airline tickets, boarding passes from our vacation to Florida. That was 2017, and the Philippines of 2018. I also included that in my application. Copy of letters and cards from family and friends addressed to both to me and my wife. So I have this, the 2018 Christmas card from my family and friends. I scan them and print the cards in the mailing envelope. That's important because it shows it's addressed to me and to my husband. So here's the 2019 cards. It's under Mr. and Mrs., our new address. And I also include the pictures there, since that's the next is sworn affidavits of family and friends attesting to our relationship and marriage. If I'm not mistaken, I sent like 3 of the affidavit from family and friends. And I have a sample here from my friend. And it says, to whom it may concern, I am my friend's name, friend of Rick and Masay for quite some times. I originally met Rick and Masay through my husband, but Rick and my husband played the same soccer club team, and they have known each other for over 5 years. My husband and I heard all the love story about Rick and Masay, and I feel that their love for one another is sincere. Both of them love food and travel and have a strong bond. They purchased a house together last year and has become a lovely home they built. So it's like a story about my husband and I. And it's actually, it's here. Then last is pictures together with family and friends from May 2017 to February 20. So I have a sample of this. When I said May 2017, since I got here, and also have a pictures from the wedding through the current year. This is how I did it. It's like, it's my file copy, that's why it's black and white. But when I submitted my proof, they were colored. So I just scanned, printed, and I have this because during the application for adjustment of status, during the interview, I have this. So it's easy for me to provide the pictures this time. What I did is I just scanned this and submit a copy to USCIS. So when I did my pictures, I actually put the date, the place they were taken, and if possible, who are in the pictures. So this, everything to the recent one. I think the recent pictures I included since I submitted my application on February 25th or 24th. The recent pictures I included was the Valentine's dinner. So that's it. At the end of my cover letter, it says, "This copy of documents submitted are except photocopies of unaltered documents, and I agree to submit original documents to an immigration officer if requested. We have built a happy life together, and we request that this petition be approved. Please feel free to contact me should you have any questions regarding any of the documents we have provided. Thank you." Then my husband signed it. So that's it. How I filed my packet. My packet actually, it's like this. It's thick like this. So you can see in the picture, every documents that possibly I can provide, I provided. So I hope through this video, I actually helped you and inspire you on how I did my papers by myself. And thank you for watching. Good luck and God bless. Bye.